Okay, unmuted. All right, we're all ready to go. How you doing, everybody?
Good.
Hiyo. Hello.
Very good. Yes. And Porvalis, hello. Welcome in.
Hello.
It's nice to see you.
All right.
I remember you touching base, and I saw you. I remember seeing the art you did for us a few weeks ago, or what you did for Peppy and Lynn over here, which was very nice of you. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll touch your mom's base.
Okay.
Frey, slap
Very-
this woman.
Very
Well,
funny,
please.
honey.
Frey's wife is quite the kid stew.
Hee-haw. All
Anyways, all right. Where were we?
right, okay.
Meatball.
Meatball. Speaking of which, party meatball. One moment. Hey guys, how you doing?
I take out my shield and scythe and I just stare at it.
Hi.
Not
Pick up my
scythe.
gun.
Siren has a scythe now. Sickle.
Yes.
Grim Reaper.
Sickle.
Grim-ish Reaper. Oh, Grim, welcome in. Yeah. As you all see, as this massive sickly green creature, which is shifting out of camouflage with the roof above, slowly uncoils itself off of the stalactites hanging off of previously 10 appendages, 5 of them detached to dangle below, sweeping across the floor beneath it, as this thing hangs from the remaining 5 tentacles, and its 2 mismatched eyes swivel in different directions before then snapping onto different members of the party. One eye looks at Siren, one looks at Kanabos, another looks that same eye shifts to Flick, and the one looking at Siren looks to Mallory, and continues to shift from person to person.
May I sense motive?
Sure.
I would like to aid that.
Yeah,
Are you trying to
just to start off with the basics here of the most obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Oh.
strange creature. Do you have a name?
I would like to do my own.
Oh dear.
Oh lord.
Sure. You may attempt your own.
I think Siren just assumes this thing is friendly.
I mean, he's certainly smiling big enough. Also, hey, Ren, welcome in.
I'm currently attempting to analyze it via the Megavon scale. This is my current findings.
Oh, what?
I've posted them in Simple Path.
I know you got
Okay.
that off the internet. I know.
No, he hasn't. He made that graph
I made
himself.
A chart. I made this graph
When did
myself.
you make this? How?
Not the
Where?
graph,
Where?
The Vagabond
I
thing.
just-
I've heard about it.
Oh, by the Megavon
Oh yeah, no, I
scale of
just recently
evil.
heard about Megavons.
Have
Torin.
you
You saw
seen
my
the
Like
Mallory
a
graph?
Torin
Orthos?
luck, it's
Can
150
we go
exact.
like a month without referencing fucking King Vaughn, please?
I
I
just learned that he has dreads.
love how.
Why
yeah,
is that
I
the
was
most
gonna-
surprising thing?
Because people were saying that they were eating them like Sukuna's fingers to gain hood powers.
God, I'll
What?
fucking.
Okay.
It didn't
I
show
don't
up.
want to live on
I
this planet
love
anymore.
how it didn't show up, but the source of this graph is the Oblak Institute of Street Science. But it didn't show up. Either way, continuing on, what do we have with this thing? How are we looking?
Thanks for really setting the pace for that scene, guys.
A 31, Mallory.
Look, dude, I'm sussed out by the giant floating meatball.
I mean, it seems kind of friendly. I know that it's probably not, but its hello was at least a hello and not an immediate I'm gonna kill you.
In every creature other than humanoids, a smile means aggression.
Damn.
And to be fair, that's correct mostly for animals.
Or at least for apes, for the most part. And
No,
some
it's
other
it's
animals.
it's also the same for canines. It's the same for cats. It's the same for a lot of
Yeah,
animals. Now, what does
very
what does not
easy,
extend to
non-easier
is
for both
creatures that are
animals.
sapient and intelligent.
Yeah.
Thank you for the distraction for the moment. I need a minute after that fucking just.
Flashbang.
I'm not even mad about the meme. It's the fact that we can't go a fucking month without referencing King Von of all things. I don't
It's
know why
funny.
that's become a trend.
Because he's evil. Because he's evil incarnate.
Okay. Man, that's a great first introduction for our newest friend
Blob.
here. I'm more referring to Porvalis. Poor guy has just gotten in here in his first introduction to like a live session or like a second.
No,
is
it's that bad. It's not that bad.
It's puzzling is what it is. I don't know.
Anyways, shall we just continue on?
Yeah. I just need a second. It threw me off my groove. That is what has got me off balance. Actually, yeah. We'll give it 30 seconds for this ad to play through. If this, however, results in you guys trying to eat its tentacles to try and get its power, I will be very upset.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you think that?
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sushi.
I can't blame Rami there. Karya did eat a dragon heart trying to gain its power.
Okay, yeah.
That's just Karia. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not all of us. That's just Karya.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of rapacious carnivorism every now and again. Yeah, sure. Okay. Where was I? Was I in character? Was I ever in character? Did I ever need to be in character?
No, you weren't actually. We actually hadn't even really started. We just said right meatball, and that's about as far as we got before the the insight checks.
So, that sense motive, June. This giant, wobbly, gelatinous, decapoid creature hanging from the ceiling with a mouth full of daggers and eyes that can't seem to concentrate on the same thing at the same time seems, at the very least from the outset, friendly. He's not actively attacking you.
Fair.
Mallory, with a 31 on your sense motive, you catch one of this creature's eyes, you look it in the face. Fucking
Wait a minute.
nice one, Lim. What am I talking about? That I actively remind my artist friends that they can do that for people that upset them. This creature, you get one glance in its eyes, and you, unfortunately, recognize quite a few things in that wild-eyed gaze. You recognize an unhealthy level of friendliness. You recognize a creature that is far too keen to make new friends based off of its first words to you. And you recognize a creature that has gone just a little bit mad.
Oh no.
A new friend. First a snail, and now meatball. Friend. As she puts away her shield and sickle.
Mm-hmm. The creature kind of wobbles and bounces back and forth, a bit like a giant punching bag that is recovering on the rebound. As its tentacles, like elastic, bounce it up and down as it readjusts and swings a little bit this way and that, adjusting to look at each of you in turn. As, oh boy, it's been forever since I've had visitors. Look at it, guys. See, make yourselves at home. I made a little campsite here for you and your little fleshy bodies. I know you guys get tired and hungry and tuckered out sometimes. Come on, stay. Well, stay, rest a while. Tell me some stories. Tell me about your day. As some of its massive tentacles come to almost try and herd or push you towards the campsite.
You set up these tents? Where did you get these tents?
Oh, I got them from a few places. Up above, around the place, off of some of the people that got massacred by the undead. As it swings from stalactite to stalactite, and in one case, Siren wraps a tentacle around you and just shoop, with one cold, slimy tendril, kind of like a croupier pushing chips across a table, sweeps you over into the campsite. Does the same for Chaiko and Kit, moving them over here, swinging above the tents, almost barely brushing past them. One of his massive, thick tentacles bumps the tent that Karya and Vair are currently under, causing it to shudder and bounce back and forth as well. And it continues to swing around and go on, make yourselves comfortable. I got some fresh food as well. You guys don't mind apples, do you? It's kind of one of the only things that grows around here.
Where would apples grow here?
Apples grow here.
Yeah, that was my exact question too. For a second.
One of the thinner end to one of his tendrils motions over towards this table, where you do in fact see a bunch of apples haphazardly lumped onto the table.
Interesting. I wouldn't have expected there to be apple trees down here.
Yeah,
Can I inspect one of the apples?
absolutely. If you would like to give me a knowledge nature on them, that can actually give you some more insight whether or not these are, fresh or proper apples. As in the background, the guy keeps going, yeah, I found them growing on a tree underground, which I don't think normally happens, but I know there's fruit growing above ground with how cold it is. What with the master's will and all that and everything. But as one of his tendrils comes in and pushes Cannabis over and just kind of melds through, melds through Polari. You take one of the red apples in hand, and while it looks a little not quite perfectly fresh, it can't be more than a day or two old. It's ripe, it's fully reddened through, and with a little bit of a field test, it's a bite into this would be crisp.
Can I do that method where you put your hands in the center of where the stem comes out of and you rip
And just
it in
crack
half?
it in half?
Does it look- Yeah.
Give me a strength check or sleight of hand.
As she's kind of inspecting these apples, Flick just kind of offhandedly says to no one in particular, "I don't know if I'll trust these apples."
So, who's your master?
Indeed, yes. I was curious. They seem to be
Meatball does not.
lavish.
The
Yes.
meatball does not hear you, Flick.
Thank goodness.
As he continues to kind of playfully swing around the room.
I hate how the other two rolls I did were bad, but this one that I'm supposed to be bad at was
Yeah.
a 20.
So,
Okay.
Siren, while Meatball is being questioned, you flawlessly, you get your palms properly aligned, you get your finger there in the middle, and then with a satisfying snap the apple into two clean, perfect halves.
And does it look normal on the inside?
On the inside, it looks like pearly white flesh and a few black seeds in the center. Drips with a few drops of juice.
Interesting.
I'm so tempted. It's very unwise.
Hmm.
But I, June, am different from Siren. I'm so personally tempted.
Let's see. Question to ask: would Vark be? Because as you may notice, Vera is currently not present, and neither is Jules. Jules because of real life engagements, Vera because he's a tired boy.
EP.
Vera is EP. He's
Ver-
a tired.
Actually, thinking about it, Vera would, no, Vark would be probably like edging on the outskirts, attempting to blend in.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Very much
Yeah.
not wanting to get involved with this, but also probably not wanting to get separated from the party overly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds about right for him.
To which he would then get plucked up by one tentacle and sat next to the fire. Okay, so the last question that was asked was, who are your masters, correct?
Yeah.
Was it Kanabos that asked that?
Yes.
As one eye kind of wildly goes, swivels around and locks onto you, Kanabos, as he kind of pulls himself up, almost like on a somewhat reminiscent of a large meatball doing a pull up at the gym. As he retracts some of his tentacles to draw himself further up towards the stalactites, which are his primary anchor above. Drawing the tentacles that are hanging down further off the floor, and giving him a proper wide-angle view of the whole campsite. One of the tentacles comes up and, for overemphasis, taps him on his non-existent chin.
His non-existent chin.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah, that's fair.
His chin, quote unquote.
Yes.
It's chinny chin chin.
The crimson chin.
My masters. Who are they again?
You don't have a master?
No, I have masters. I have like several of them, I think. I just can't remember who they were. It's been a while. I don't know how long.
Were they upstairs?
Yeah, they were. I used to be upstairs too. That's where I was born. That's where I grew up. And then they brought me down here, and they told me to wait and guard and what was it, like stop all intruders and never allow any of those degenerate creatures into this stronghold. But it's been a really long time, and I haven't seen my masters in a while. Oh, it kind of
Do
makes me
you
wonder why.
remember what? You remember what they look like? Perhaps. Maybe we can find them.
What who looks like?
Your masters.
Your masters.
I have masters.
Oh,
I
no.
see.
Exactly. Oh no.
I see.
Flick-
Siren rubs her
Flick
chin as
just-
she takes a bite from the apple.
Oh, good. Give me a fortitude
just
save.
Flick just leans over. Yeah. Flick just leans over the car and says, "Yeah, no, dealing with one of them." Yeah, referring specifically to this creature.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
Is a 16 enough?
Excellent question.
I take it
Inside.
your masters look a little bit like us in form.
Second.
He was good. He was good.
I didn't have this open for this. I didn't actually expect you to bite into one of those immediately.
Okay. No.
Sorry for the protracted silence, everybody. It is important that I get this correct, so I don't need to.
It's tension.
Not necessarily entirely intentional.
All I did was bite an apple.
Yeah, you bit an apple. You bit a fruit, all
That
right.
means it keeps the doctor away.
Not incorrect.
That's true.
One of these apples a day will have the doctors running.
So, how big of a bite do you take?
Like a standard bite that any normal person would take from half of an apple that's
Okay.
split in half. Obviously without the seeds. I don't think anyone eats apple seeds.
Oh, I eat the core.
Ugh.
It's nutritious. Like a lot of the nutrients are in the core.
I don't like the apple bone.
Cyanide.
The only thing I can't eat is the stem. But everything else I can like I actually really enjoy it. I like the crunch.
I have like a minor allergy to like uncooked apples. They always make my throat itch.
Interesting.
All right. So, while you're asking, so did they look like this? In the background, you hear the very satisfying snap of teeth into apple. It is. I can see Mallory backing away. And if I see it, then so does the guy. Oh, friend, no, not over there. The fire's over this way. It's just another massive tendril just blockades your way and sweeps you across. You get cold over there.
I like the cold.
Really? I don't
He's a,
I don't believe that, because all the other ones that were like came up from upstairs were really cold and they didn't like that.
Did
He's
they
a-
have a giant fireball in the back of their head?
Did they? Oh, I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna keep moving. Siren's getting poisoned. I'm just gonna keep
I feel
walking.
fine. Mind you, she absent-mindedly took a bite from the apple and then looks down and goes, "Oh, I probably shouldn't do that." So she puts the other half and the bitten half back down on the table and starts walking
1 second.
to where we were before.
1 second.
I'm gonna try and make it to that door, but I'll stop here.
With that that little minor spelling error.
Cool.
Siren puts the bitten half in the apple onto the table, and it takes that'll be about a round's worth. Before then, she then immediately falls over, face first,
Ah.
into the dirt.
Oh, okay.
At which point the octopus, midway through being about to answer both Mallory and the others, sees that and goes, "Aw, she's all tuckered out and filled her belly up with apples. Oh, come here." As he kind of like sweeps a tendril underneath her and then kind of haphazardly shoves her into this tent.
You're muted.
Is she all right?
I mean, don't you get sleepy after you have food?
And then he'll have a flashback to eating the heart. Yes.
Well,
Damn.
I think she's just being sleepy. That's all. I mean, a lot of things come in here. They're all tired. They're all cold. They're all hungry. And I figured, well, if people manage to get down here, then, well, I mean, come on, and I may as well be a good host to them. So I got food, I got fire, I've got places to sleep. So, perfect place to have to host some friends.
You
How
do
much
seem
is
the
gonna go to
greatest.
Thera and just check her
Cold over-
pulse?
It's cold over there. It's cold over there. Don't go over there. This time, seeing your insistence on this, large tendril that comes up to about your chest height will obstruct the way. There, it's like a big hug.
Of course.
Do you have a name?
I probably had one.
We were told. We were told by a large snail that your name may be Meatball.
That sounds crazy. Snails can't talk.
He's just kind of gonna look down and go. Scale agrees that No, how do I speak crazy?
Did nobody ever teach?
Yours.
I'm sorry. I must. I'm a terrible host. I never took into account that somebody would doesn't know common properly. What else can I speak? You know what? No, my name ain't important. Tell me about you guys. What brought you here? What brought you all the way down here? How'd you make it past all the traps and all the nasties that they put there?
Or we'll kind of look to the team.
We made it through the power of friendship.
Yes.
Oh, that's swell.
Yes,
Friends are great.
yeah, we're treasure hunters, you see.
That is the worst thing you could have ever said in a Toon flick.
Well, treasure is pretty great. I mean, like they got some. Before we got here, they had some really good treasure that they carted off. Something about it being an affront to their heritage or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, they used to have a ton of treasure in here. Apparently, they still kept some in to act as bait, I think. And then they locked some of it further in there. If you guys, if you guys are treasure hunters, then that probably interests you. But yeah, you probably don't want to go in there. I mean, I'm actively supposed to discourage you from going in there, but what's a little advice between friends, right?
We seek different sorts of treasure. The
like
the
kind
you
the
cannot.
Power of friendship.
Yes.
See, he understands.
Well, why are you down here? There, apparently, you guys already have it.
We want to strengthen our bonds as teammates, as comrades, and as lifelong friends.
Cross-building
Oh, wow.
exercises.
I mean, one of his tendrils points over towards Mallory and goes, "This guy is really the beating heart of your team, isn't he?"
Yes, he really is. Anyway.
Yeah, so you make sure the blood flows too.
What a weirdly specific thing to say. I believe you.
Yes, and since you are potentially now our friend, perhaps your assistance in allowing us in would strengthen our friendship and
Oh, well, I
therefore
can't
our
do
power.
that.
Oh,
But no, I'm specifically under orders to not allow anybody in there. I believe the words were ripped to pieces painfully.
I
Oh.
see, I see.
And then they said, if once you're dead, I'm allowed to eat you.
Oh, I see. That is how you've gotten so voluptuous.
Oh yeah, I can't
But
really
your
fit through.
friend-
I can't fit through some of the caverns anymore. I'm still
Flick
pretty jellyriffic, so I can squeeze through some of the tighter spaces. But I gotten pretty fat.
Flick
me
immediately
tall.
turns the card and says, "And those are the words you could possibly say in this context."
Yes, okay, I'm trying.
But yeah, that's just a sign of me doing my job pretty well. We've had a few people come down here. We've had wild animals. We've had creatures. We even had a few of those exploratory types, treasure hunters like yourself. Couldn't really let them through here. I told them as much. First, it was like, "Oh, raw! I'm a scary monster. Get the hell out of here." And then I got kind of tired of that for a while. And then I was down here in the dark for a really long time, and things got really, really weird for a bit. And then things kind of got hazy. And now I kind of
Oh,
just
see.
prefer to make friends first.
Would you
That's
consider
a
if you
gets-
left-
noble.
It's real lonely down here.
would you have considered that if you perhaps didn't eat people, that you could have gotten more friends?
Yeah, but they wanted to get into the vault, and I can't let that happen.
You said that there was treasure in the vault.
Well,
Since
yeah.
we can't go in, can we at least know what is in there?
I don't actually know. See,
Oh,
I was never allowed in there either.
I see, I see.
I just know
Oh,
that it
very
was super
unfortunate.
important. That it was part of my master's machinations or something. It was really important part of a plan. They never really told me what the plan was. They just told me to stay here, guard the important thing. Anybody tries to get in, rip them to pieces, and eat them.
I mean,
Understood.
were you ever like really curious on what could be in there? Maybe.
Oh, immensely. Sometimes I'd spend weeks imagining what was in there. Yeah.
If you were to go in there, would you have to rip yourself apart and eat yourself?
Kind of. For a second, he spins like a disco ball as he stares absent-mindedly into the distance. Huh. Probably.
Mhm. How very
Well, that would-
unfortunate.
Well, that wouldn't be a good thing to do.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'd probably die, and then I can't guard the place anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That would be quite bad.
So yeah. That said, I'm perfectly alive, so I'm going to keep guarding. And as long as you guys don't try to get in there, I don't have to rip you to pieces. You can stay here and be my friends forever.
Well, that does sound quite lovely. I agree.
I'm glad we're in agreement.
Do you ever sleep, dear unnamed meat monster? I mean, friend.
On
You like to
occasion,
go one?
I've tried. I sleep sometimes. I never know if it's night or day though, because underground. And do you know my kind can't close our eyes?
Is that so?
Does it get itchy after a while?
Yeah, pretty itchy, and I can't really scratch it as he kind of wobbles a couple of his tentacles.
How very unfortunate.
Would you like me to scratch it?
1 second.
What?
Mallory, are you sure you want to scratch the thing's eyes?
Yes.
Tell me.
Sure thing, friend. Man, you're just the nicest guy. I see why you're the beating heart of the team.
Of course.
So what you trying to do?
Well, he's gonna scratch the guy's eye.
with
I guess.
with his hand.
No, with the edge of his punching dagger.
Oh,
Just
okay.
just scrape
Are
it
you
across.
going to blind him?
Oh
No,
god,
it's
I
like
can't
it's like
see
it's
anymore,
like
new friend.
brushing.
Oh,
You know how
no.
like you brush the edge of a knife along your palm, and it gives a light friction.
Yeah.
Is that?
Okay. Meanwhile, I believe Kanabo said he was going to be checking on Siren.
Yeah, I'm just putting my hand up to her neck and just see if she even has like a pulse.
Oh, she has a pulse.
Oh, okay.
It's a little more faint, and as you get closer to her and you put a finger to her neck, she is fast asleep.
It's okay, Karia. She's just knocked out.
She is currently in
Good.
a paralytic torpor.
Interesting. Well, she's not dead, and that's important. Hmm. You know,
So as you're scraping the edge of the knife across this thing's eyeball, it ripples. It goes, yeah, right there. Oh yeah. As the it and its tendrils ripple, with the sound of a waterbed sloshing.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
well, isn't that just atrocious in every facet? I mean, do you feel satisfied, friend?
Oh, that's great. I think my eye feels worse now, but that was it's been I don't know how long. So you know what? Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy to do it.
Aw, thank you, friend. So, I don't know about you guys. You guys asked me for my name, but I can't. Even though I'm like I don't know, more than half head. Kind of waggles his arms in a sort of waka way. He says that stuff just kind of drips out the old noggin. What's your guys' name? Where you from? What you doing? I know you guys are treasure hunters, but I don't know much else. If we're gonna be friends, we gotta know each other.
Heart of the team? Should you explain? He'll turn to Mallory.
He leans in with interest. You
I don't
Our dear
know.
Scratch
Karia,
eyes.
above you, you feel as well as smell the gust of air from his nostrils puffing down as he leans
What?
in.
Well, it just kind of angles his
Oh.
tricorn so it doesn't have to look him in the eye directly.
What am I supposed to explain this now?
Yeah.
You've been given the cue.
Yeah. Look, just gives Mallory a thumbs up.
You can do it.
I don't share things about myself.
He's a little
Oh,
shut in and it takes a while to get to know him, but he's nice.
He's always very shy around cute new company.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, he kind of gives you a sheepish look with one of his eyes, Mallory. Before turning to Karia and says, "Well, you don't have to put it like that."
Oh, I apologize, but he's such a flirt, and he has such a thing for eyes. Isn't that right, Mallory?
I'm getting a drink.
I'm getting a drink.
What? Huh? What happened?
Kanabos, you see Siren jolt awake.
Oh, look, she's alive. Hello, Siren.
Hello. Why am I in a tent?
You ate a little bit of an apple and passed out.
Oh, is it like that story of that lady who eats an apple from a witch and then the prince comes and kisses her awake? Did you do that? She sticks her
No.
head out of the tent.
No, he didn't.
Yes. It's cannibals.
In the entrance,
Cannibals, did you do it? She slaps
No, I
cannibals.
didn't. I didn't do it. I literally didn't do anything.
You dog.
two of the thing's tendrils come to his massive mouth, going, "Ooh, drama."
At least narrowing his eyes at them.
I literally didn't.
Well,
even-
far be it from me to get in the way of your menage a trois. You guys all seem
No.
like very interesting people. I really look forward to getting to know you.
Yes, so do
Yes,
we.
and yeah, us with you as well.
Who was
Stranger.
the last? Who was the last person you met that was like us?
I like you guys. It was this one pale-looking fellow. He was with a few other really ashy looking individuals. Came here with a few others, bunch of pickaxes. Those got stuck in my teeth.
How rude of them.
Well, I can't blame them. They were here. They were calling themselves something like pro respecters. I mean, they were pretty respectful until I tried to eat them. I mean, anybody would probably be less respectful when they're getting eaten.
Professional respecter sounds quite respectable, but
Hey, this guy gets it.
Look at me, leans over to Karya. He fucking ate them.
Yes, I'm aware.
What are we still doing here?
Flick, what else would you have us do? We have to go in.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
What are you whispering about?
Oh, we're just talking about how handsome you are. Yes, we're trying to see how Mallory is
Oh,
going to
you don't have to
continue.
butter me up. I know you guys were talking about getting in. You guys are treasure hunters after all. I know you want to get in there.
Oh, you caught us.
Oh,
Okay.
you. Oh,
Well,
oh, you.
I like you guys. You guys have been very nice to me. One of you even scratched my eyeball, which I think might be bleeding a little bit, but it's all right. Point matters, you guys are swell people. And I really would rather not to eat you. And I think you're pretty lucky. I just got done eating something. So I've had my dinner for the day, night. What time is it? What year is it? Anyway, so I'm pretty full. So I don't feel especially ravenous, which I think, well, it was a bit rude of me to eat before you guys got here. I wasn't exactly expecting guests, but I'm happy I was prepared.
Oh,
We should have called. We are just as at fault.
what did you eat?
Yes, apologies.
I ate one of those like really rocky, crunchy spiders.
Oh, that's where that thing
Oh.
went. Oh, well then I'm glad to hear you ate. We sent it away, and
Oh, listen,
it ran over here. Yes, there was another one just out there where the large slug was.
Ooh. Oh, there's one around. There's. Oh, I know those guys. They like to peep on the snail. They think it's nice and juicy. That guy, that snail, is not for eating. I was told very explicitly. No matter how juicy it looks.
Yes, he was quite nice.
Leans in towards Flick. He still thinks he can speak to snails. It's like at this stage, this stage of side whisper with one of the tentacles up to the side of his mouth.
I wanna.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened than this. I mean,
Right. Yes. Dinner party. Bit of a nap after an apple. Can we?
Oh, look
go
who's
through
awake from
there
their food
and-
coma. Wakey, princess.
Hello. Can we go through there? And she points towards these doors.
Oh, definitely not. I'd have to eat you if you did that.
Oh, of course.
Aw.
Well, I don't have to eat you. That was a bonus of the job. I'd have to rip you to pieces, painfully screaming. But anyway, right. I got so distracted. I was going to say, I like you guys. You got chutzpah and moxie and all those other fancy words for being a swell person. And I'd like to not have to rip you to pieces and munch on you and get your little metal bits stuck between my teeth. Even if that is good for my plaque. But anyway. Speaking of which, one of you I think is probably going to be more of a drink than a food as he looks towards Polari. And that would just be rude. But you guys really want to get in there for treasure and discovery and the power of friendship and all that. And I'm under very strict orders not to let that happen. Even if I don't understand really what those orders were, what they were for, who they were from, or why I'm here. Why am I here? Why are any of us here?
That is a question.
Can
Do
I,
you mean
at this
metaphysically?
moment, can I, as he's talking to
Metaphysically,
us, looking at us,
existentially. He's gazing up and off into he's gazing up into the ceiling. Metaphysically, existentially, metaphorically.
Would be,
Poetically.
can I try and form a telepathic bond with him and send him a telepathic message?
Sure. Give me a willpower check or save.
Sure.
Neri, welcome in. Thank you for the self-care.
Oh, Neri, very good.
Hello.
Yes, most beloved duck mother. And also Ari, welcome in.
Very nice.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful people in chat. Okay. You form a telepathic bond with this creature, and what you're given a look into, because the telepathic bond is only something of a communicative thing. It doesn't give you images, it doesn't give you a slideshow, it doesn't give you... you must all sit up and drink water. Oh no, Neri's disappeared into the ads. I wish VIP status would allow me to save them from the ad space. Unfortunately not. But as you gain a glimpse into this creature's mind, what you get is, if you had rolled any lower, I might have said this would be too much for you. And it would have been too much, a little too much to bear. But its mind, shattered as it is expansive. What was once this creature may have been something actually, truly, sometimes scarily intelligent. Its mind is expansive. Its little wonder, a good portion of its whole body is dedicated to brain space alone. And there's a lot happening in there. What once may have been an expansive and profound mind lays in pieces and is a screaming cacophony. The best that you can get out of this thing's brain is a neurotic mess of a creature that has been down here for it doesn't even know how long, only that it has been, in its perspective, forever. It has been bound here, continuously growing, living, subsisting off the creatures that come through here and what it can scavenge from the tunnels down here. And it's been here so long that it's absolutely lost its mind. It barely has a sense of self anymore. It's clinging on by what coping mechanisms it can fashion. And it is so very lonely.
And it really doesn't have memories of its orders or what its masters looked like or sounded like?
Unfortunately, even with a telepathic bond, you can't dig into its brain and find those things. You're no mind reader. You can only hear what it's thinking currently, presently. And what it's thinking is, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, I really hope they don't leave. Oh man, I really hope they don't try to go in there. It's been a really, really long time. I don't want to lose them again. I don't want to be alone again. I don't want to be alone.
Well, that's just sad.
That is sad. And remind me, the ghost that we talked to when we finished the trials, the one that said we could ask it questions, did it have an accent because it spoke a language that was different from common?
He got translated into, as with how comprehend languages goes, it's into the most
Oh.
recognizable form of speech in the most literal sense possible. So to you, it didn't sound like I had an accent. Same with this creature.
This is a little tricky, but this might work. Just so we can bypass this thing without having to resort to combat. Siren is gonna try and, just not moving her lips, telepathically communicate with it. And if you get what I'm trying to do, she's gonna say into its mind in a completely different accent, in a different voice. Say, that is enough. You may let them pass. Your orders were to eliminate and protect the doors from others. But these people, you may let them through.
This
I'm
is
gonna need a
gonna
bluff check.
This is gonna bite us in the ass.
I'm gonna need a bluff check. You are trying to
Yeah,
insert a
this guy
voice. You're trying to insert a voice, a foreign one,
Yeah.
mind you, but a voice into what is already a echoing chamber full of voices competing with each other.
Yeah, like trying to confidently overpass the other voices.
I will need a bluff.
Okay. Oh boy. Wait, what is it? If you're not trained, you can't get above a 10?
That's for skills that require training.
Yeah.
Oh, bluff doesn't require training.
Nope.
No.
Unless it has the little asterisk next to it, it doesn't require training.
Oh, that's why they haven't asked. Oh, okay.
You do this. You speak the words into its mind, and as it's hanging there, slowly spinning in a circle, eyes 1,000 miles away, it doesn't react. Your voice is lost to the cacophonous winds of its mind.
That's fine. This is fine.
Maybe at some point it imagined a voice like that, hoping it would relieve it of its duties. But it does not seem
Well-
that found any purchase. So the creature continues to spin ever so slightly, and once it makes a full revolution, its tentacles wound tight enough that it bounces back the other way, and then goes, "Right, I was saying something. Metaphysical questions aside of why we're here. Right. I don't want to eat you guys. You guys are really nice. You guys are probably the nicest ones I've met before. Nobody else has really taken the invitation before. Some stopped for a bit. They got warm next to the fire. They sat for a bit. They had some of the food. They slept for a while, and they woke up really, really refreshed. And then they tried to get in anyway, and none of them listened to me. And unfortunately, as he kind of pats the blubber on his side. Yeah.
Well, we don't want to harm you in any way, shape, or form either, but we do. Is there a.
Perhaps.
Is there a way that I can let you guys through?
Oh no! I was about to say perhaps we could leave back the way we came, just to get our things that we left upstairs. We were just planning to come down here for a quick little detour and then go back up. But since we're going to stay longer, we need the stuff we left upstairs. So we just need to
Well,
go
I
back
don't-
the way we came.
Hmm.
We've also. We remember we also talked to a Spectre up topside.
Yes.
You guys can talk to ghosts.
Indeed.
Oh, of course you can
yes.
talk to ghosts. You got a ghost right there. Ghost.
Polari, say hi.
Hello. As he gives a congenial bow towards us. Yeah. That's spooky. Okay, that's rough to process. Questions of what happens after death anyway. I was gonna say, you guys could do that. I'd be trusting you guys to come back if you do that. But that doesn't conflict with my orders. That said, as he brings one of his tendrils up, something did just occur to me, or reoccur. Technically speaking, I was only to allow people through if they were figures of authority, if they were my masters, people they approved of, or if I was, in their words, soundly beaten to a point beyond functionality.
Oh,
Wait, figures of authority.
I mean, yeah, like figures of authority for them. And there's not a lot of things that have authority over me, besides, I guess, them. But they said I think what they meant is unless I'm beaten to a point where I'm, dead or crumpled ball of meat in the corner.
And we don't want to do that. Just
That's
just
very,
so
very
we're
kind of you. That you'd be the first person so far that wouldn't try to do that. So here's a compromise, I think. So long as I don't think too directly about it too hard, I think we can do this. I will ask you guys some questions. A little game.
Like-
And if you
Like
beat me-
riddles or
Exactly. I'll be like one of them sphinxes. Except not as cat-like like you. And I guess no, I guess like a sphinx, because if I win, I have to eat you guys. Oh, that's not so great. Maybe
well,
maybe
perhaps not, but-
Mm-hmm.
like I can take. No, I can skip a meal for once. I've been getting a bit.
How about this? How about we sweeten the deal?
Mhm.
For allowing this, what if we try to help you get out so you can meet, other friends?
Well, I can't do that. I'm at the guard here. I can only go so far away before I have to return.
We can always
That's
hire
true.
other people that can also guard this place. Help you with it.
Do you
Or
Are you
what if
suggesting
we
we
thug it up?
outsource my guard duty?
I mean, maybe if that's what you would want.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
We do have a friend. His he is he is a hungry chest, but he loves to talk.
My employee. You're not offering my employee.
Hungry. I mean, I'm a hungry head. I've never heard of a hungry chest before.
Yes, he's quite nice, and perhaps I could speak to the heart of our friendship. To take temporary duties, so you may go and stretch your legs. A keen mind is what's required to guard a gate. Yes.
You haven't had a break in so long. I mean, you haven't heard from your masters in a long time. It would be wise to check on them if you really care.
That would be good. No, we'll keep it under review. So, I was saying that we could play a game of questions, riddles, be like a sphinx for a little bit. And if you beat me at that, then I'll be soundly beaten if I don't think too hard about it.
You could even pretend like you got seriously beaten just to pretend you're masters if you really want to.
Yeah, I could do that. Well, they'll probably be really mad if they actually check in there. They haven't checked here forever. I think they probably forgot about me.
Oh well, that's no fair. We would never forget about you. You're our friend.
yeah,
Well,
you're a very memorable. You're a very memorable figure.
well, thank you. It's very kind of you to say. So, but we could do the whole like subletting enterprise and everything, and that could take a while to get off the ground or to get going. We could do that. It might take a while. Then again, oh, I heard something very loud there for a second.
Oh, yeah,
That
sorry
was
about that.
painful.
Oh, he switched microphones.
No. I didn't swap. I didn't swap mics. My audio has been like being weird. Like my headset keeps disconnecting for some reason.
Well, that was trippy.
It was.
But I have to
Okay.
reconnect. Yeah, keep going.
Audio, always a pleasure. But yes, that could take a little while to get going, and I'd be up for it. Then again, I've never met people I actually wanted to, keep around for a long time. That'd be
Plays
really
out
cool.
to be the best.
Actually, no,
That
now that
I
we've been
do kind of want to say, if you guys beat me, you go in there, you take all the treasure, you do whatever needs to be done. If there's nothing in there left to guard, I don't gotta stay here.
that's
It's
true.
true.
I was actually going to say the same thing. If in another light, if there are things in there and we take it, you have to guard the treasure. Yes.
Yeah, and if you guys beat
Why
me,
not
you
just
guys are no longer
yes?
thieves coming in here defiling the machinations of my bosses. Instead, you guys are ex-thieves who defiled the machinations of my bosses that no longer exist or whatever. And then I don't gotta listen to them anymore because they abandoned me.
That works even better. I was simply going to say you could come with us and guard the treasure that way.
Ikaria hears inside of his head, "Do not suggest that."
He's nice.
What do they got where you guys are from?
Like food. What are you?
Food, people.
Well,
What kind of snow you guys got there?
Cold snow.
White
It's
snow.
very cold.
Light snow.
Well, I guess that's not
Oh,
very
wait.
good.
Do you, are you in reference to the weather snow or the snow points to her nose?
I mean both. I mean that's all there is, right? That's like you go above ground, it's cold and it's snow.
Sometimes people take juices and flavor the snow with it.
Actually,
Sometimes,
that
yeah,
must mean.
I tried
how
that
long
once
have
actually.
you been?
I tried that once actually. There was a really tubby dwarf who was super mean, so I tried that out. I ripped him limb from limb, and then I saw how much blood was dripping out, and then I just kind of grabbed like a tentacle full of like a snowdrift, and I dribbled him on top of it, and it actually tasted pretty good, tangy.
Oh,
Just
quite
a Actually,
Slushy.
we need to think of a name for you. But just for clarification, when you're out above, like on the surface again, if you come with us or not, try not eating people. That's really frowned upon.
Yes, they do
Oh,
generally frown upon it. However, you can eat. There
You can
are
eat
these
food
very
people.
angry wolves. Yes, there are these very angry wolves about, and they
Oh, I've
seem
had a couple
quite
of them
edible.
before. They're real
Are they good?
frosty. Kind of. Sometimes they get a bit brittle. Once you squeeze the life out of them.
Mm.
So I have to eat them really quick before they start frosting through. But they're actually quite nice. They're chilled all the way through. It's like pre-refrigerated meat.
Oh, I see. See,
They-
I
Yeah,
had eaten
you have
dwarf
to-
before as well.
You do actually have to make sure when you're snapping their neck to face their heads away from you because they always try and breathe that like blast of snow in your face. It's actually kind of nasty. Hurts a lot.
Oh, like elves.
Like elves?
Oh yeah, I've eaten elf before and dwarf once before, but I was much younger. It was a long time ago.
Everyone's just staring at Karia now. Like,
Everyone
what?
looking at Karya.
What was that like? I don't
Came
think
up in the last.
I don't think I've
campaign.
had elf before. What was it like? Is it stringy? Is it chewy?
It is quite stringy. I would
Look
say
at
gamey.
that arm. Oh, would you look at the time? We've got to get you out here very soon so you can go explore the world. And
Right,
what
yeah.
was the questions you had?
Hmm?
You said the questions.
Right, yeah,
You had
questions. All right, I was just asking questions because I was curious what was over there because I've been here for like a long time. I was born out there in the arboreal forests. It's super cold. Everything's covered in snow. All kinds of different kinds of snow. All different types. And we have like a whole cluster was living in like a really big forest up to I think it. Which one is it? It was where the wind blows from. And then they took me from the tribe and they brought me down here, and that's what I've known.
The tribe?
Yeah,
Right.
the whole cluster of us. Me. That's himself.
Oh, where was this tribe? I've never seen one like you before.
I've never seen one like you either. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did see.
You must have.
I did see one like you before.
Oh, you must have. He's descendant from your masters. Look at him.
No, he's not.
Isn't he? Dragon kin?
No, I'd know if I was working for a dragon. I think. Nah, no scales, no scalies.
Were they smooth?
I
But
couldn't.
yes, you recognized
Oh.
one like me though.
Yeah,
do
he
tell.
was bigger. He had a head. He had a head like a gecko. Where's the horned lizard? Where's a Gila monster? Whatever. No, he had a snout and everything, and he was like scales on his head, but he was red, not purple.
How long ago was this? Was he
I don't know.
more like my brother, and he points at Vair, or was he standing on two legs like
More,
me?
it's like if I ripped your brother's head off and then smashed it on your neck.
There was a dragon born here.
Didn't know that's what you called him. Anyway, yeah. So there was like one like that. He was a bit bigger. I did have to eat him. He put up probably the biggest fight I've had so far. He was warm though.
What was-
How long ago was that?
Kind of brings up one tentacle, and a second, and a third. I don't know.
I
Did
do
you know
hope
his
you
name?
ate my brother.
I don't know. I didn't really. I tried asking him, but he started swinging this big lump of metal on a chain at me as soon as I started actually talking to him. Very rude. So yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't really much one for conversation. Besides, every now and again screaming out one of his spells. But yeah, it took me a while to heal from those burns, but I got better eventually. Probably was the hottest meal I've had in
I
a very
see.
long time.
Well, it's
I
good that
see.
you won.
Yes. Out of curiosity, did he seem to get very angry and start shouting?
I mean, yeah.
Did he have an elf with him by chance?
No, I haven't had any elf before.
Oh, that's true. That's very unfortunate. I had really hoped you'd eaten my brother.
All right, let's go and get on with this. Oh, I can
yes, you
feel
had
my
those
fingernails
questions.
growing.
Oh, good. Yes. Right. Yeah. I guess. Right. Questions. So many questions. Well, if this happens the best way possible, I can come with you guys. I can meet all your friends. I promise I will try not to eat any of your friends or family or any of your loved ones.
No eating anyone. No,
You can eat
unless
animals.
you
Not
say you
anyone.
can eat them.
You can eat animals. You can eat
Fine.
creatures.
Fine. I
You
will.
could also eat bad people.
That is true. That you can have that. You can't have bad people.
He brings
Yeah.
up he
Yeah.
brings up one tentacle underneath his mouth and another one just kind of tapping at the side of his face. Define bad.
People that try to kill you, kind of bad.
Yeah, like
We're-
for no reason, like just
Yeah,
out
for
of
no
nowhere
reason.
suddenly attack you.
Wait,
Okay,
wait.
yeah, I've been doing that for a
Let's
while.
rephrase that.
Yeah, so
Well, because think about it. If someone attacks you out of nowhere and doesn't even attempt to if you address them and you talking to them and they don't attempt to talk back and just go straight into violence, I'd say maybe they're a bit unreasonable.
you know what? Yeah, that makes a lot of
So,
sense.
if you're
Anyway, that's
defending
kind of what I've been
yourself-
doing for a long time anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway,
But you're just defending yourself.
cool. All right.
What?
Anyway, so questions. I had questions. Oh, I gotta think of some riddles. So yes,
What about the one about the 3 legs?
but I have 10.
Well, actually,
Uh,
I'll ask you. May I ask you a question before we start? What is your favorite color? What is your favorite color?
Oh, well, it's not green and it's not purple.
Oh, well, that hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm
slightly.
sorry, friend. Sorry, it's just I've been around purple for so long, you just kind of get sick of it.
I understand.
It's not
To
nothing,
be fair, I
nothing
don't
against
quite
you.
like it either.
You know, that's all right. But yeah, it's nothing against you, friend. Just it's like it's the long-term exposure and all of that.
My guessing is blue.
Or pink?
Red.
What's pink?
He seems like a beige kind of person to me.
Pink is this, and she pulls out the fancy little pillow that she uses for that one spell. It's this color.
His already kind of beady eyes widen even further. The big bug eyes widen even further to the point where you think they're almost going to fall out of his head. As his massive bulk swings down to being just a few feet away from you, Saren. As one of the googly eyes lock on the pillow. Oh my god, that's the greatest thing ever.
Isn't it?
That's official. My favorite color is pink. I wanna find like a really big one of those and then just wrap it around myself.
Well, you
Well, maybe we
can.
can get you one after we're done.
Oh, you guys are the best.
This is so
Okay.
weird.
We're gonna give him a nuggie.
Now mental note.
Oh.
Commission art of meatball in a pink onesie.
Yes, the
We
perfect
can
idea.
just get a really big. We can go to Crazy Carts guy and go, hey, can you make like a crazy curtain? And then you just give it to him.
We need like a super crazy curtain, bruh.
We have a very particular customer.
Okay, I think I thought of a good one to start. He retracts his tendrils, and he pulls back in front of the gates. You see his posture change. You see the gleeful dagger-tooth smile thin out and the eyes focus just a bit. Whether it's rehearsal or old instincts, the air about Meatball changes. As functionary and guard of these gates, I stand in attendance. And I challenge you all to a battle. Do you accept?
Yes.
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 Battle of Wits.
Then let the battle commence. I am the source of all vanity, and if you buy me, you may only buy me used. What am I?
A mirror.
Hey, very nice.
Okay, very good. I was thinking that.
This card just sounds like a little like bead of sweat going down his face.
Yes.
He's like mega sweating.
That's funny.
Like that one gif of P, or is it Q? Peel? Key? Peel? Key and Peel? Peel
Yeah,
and
Key
Key?
and Peele. Yeah, Key and Peele.
Key
Yeah.
and Peele.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, I had a brain fart for a second.
No, you're good.
I thought you said P.
Hey,
Key and
I did
Peele.
say P the first
P
time.
and Keel.
P?
when you stop to look, you can always see me, but if you try to touch me, you'll never feel me. You walk towards me, I remain the same distance. What am I?
Shadow.
The horizon.
We actually never specified how many tries we get for this.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
One tendril slams down on the ground at the mention of your shadow. Something tells you that was a strike.
Oh, I'm not doing this anymore.
And then Mallory pipes up again and says, "The horizon." And then a tendril comes up and points at them and goes, "Very good.
We did it.
This is fun." One tendril goes to a gesture behind him and says, "What kind of key cannot open a door?"
Hmm.
I have an answer in my head, but it's definitely not right and very stupid, so I'm not going to say it.
You can discuss if you wish.
Okay,
No
out
Google.
of character,
No
I thought
Google.
a monkey.
May,
Yeah, I'm not
may
Googling.
I, out of curiosity, if I'm allowed to answer this, how many strikes are we
You never discussed that
allotted?
with Meatball.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't Meatball.
Well,
no.
it was never specified.
Yeah.
I mean, he put down one tendril and Karya got it wrong, and he has 10 of them, so I guess we have 10 strikes.
I don't want to assume
Either that or
that.
it's a 3-strike system.
Yeah, I
And
don't
we
want
already
to assume.
burned the third.
Yeah.
Can we have a hint?
I mean, I really like you guys, but that's it's meant to be it's meant to be a serious fight, you know.
Come
Yeah,
on,
that's-
I scratched your eye.
Oh, you're twisting my tentacle here, man.
Man.
We're buddies, dude. I'm probably like the first. No, I'm not gonna say that. Like, come on.
Give
I answered
me
2 of your riddles.
give me a persuasion.
What persuasion?
Just persuasion.
Oh,
We don't have
diplomacy.
persuasion.
Right, sorry.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy. Sorry.
Diplomacy, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking I've been off the game for so long. Yes,
Give me
diplomacy.
persuasion. Cannot roll persuasion. 27.
Fine. It's not just a key, it's a word that ends in key.
Like I said, out of character, I thought monkey. But I'm like, monkeys
yeah,
can
no,
technically
I-
open doors. A monkey.
Say the
Well,
riddle
what
for
else?
me one more. Out of character, say the riddle for me one more time.
What kind of key cannot unlock a door?
I would have loved to say skeleton key, but that's literally the opposite.
Yeah, those can open every door.
That would be
Cannot
completely
open
wrong.
a door. I
It
literally
ends-
cannot think of anything except for monkey.
It's not.
But they
it's
can
not
open
monkey because
doors.
monkeys can open doors.
Yeah. It's ending in key.
Just thinking of words that have to end in key.
Sounds like
I
Mallory
know
might
it.
have them.
I've played it.
Monkey, cranky, stanky. Cranky,
Go out on
stanky
a limb
monkey.
and say it's probably not stanky.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, guys. Take your time. Don't worry. We're not going anywhere. And if you guys gonna answer wrong, that if you put it off, it means I don't have to eat you.
No, we're just thinking. Do you want to give us a time limit or something?
Nah.
or-
I got time. You got time. Nobody's going anywhere.
A musical key?
Is that your final answer?
No.
Yes, I believe we have actually opened doors with music before, if my memory serves.
Are you kidding me? We have?
It's been a while, but I wouldn't doubt it.
But we're
This
supposed to
becomes much
open.
more difficult.
Man, you guys have the power of friendship and the power of music. That's crazy.
No, well, none of us are very good.
What do you mean? I'm good.
Ah, yes, of
Grunt
course, except Flick. He is quite skilled.
Yeah, I've sung you a little ditty now and then.
A
Man,
key
this
that a key that doesn't unlock any door.
Yeah.
Are we talking about general doors or magical doors included?
We're talking
Just a
about general doors
I hate
because
to
if we
ask
get to
this
the
again. I hate to ask this again. Word it for me one more time.
What kind of key cannot unlock a door?
He said it's a word ending in key, but now I don't know if he means like spelt or like hyphenated. There's like, a piano key. That's piano and key versus monkey, which is a full one
no,
word.
I assume that it's something like monkey, which is a word
Mm.
that ends in key.
There's like monkey. Fuck. A lot of animals have key, like turkey.
Yeah.
Is it turkey? That's better than monkey. I
No.
know for a fact turkeys
But-
can't open doors.
They want
You
a
would be
type
shocked.
of key.
I'm digging through my lexicon of words that ended in key.
Oh,
If it's 3 strikes, we could just try turkey, and then if it's wrong, we'll have one more riddle still. Because this one in particular is tricky.
turkey.
Tricky.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to give up on this one.
Oh, I'm gonna say friggin' music key. I'm gonna put my note on. I'm gonna put my foot in that.
If it's wrong, can you eat him first?
Sure thing, buddy.
If I'm right,
I
you
feel
eat
bad
him.
about that, but I'd hate to rip out the heart of the party.
What?
It
Well,
would
you're
hurt,
not gonna.
but
Well, you're not gonna eat us first. By
Well, no, I'd rip you to pieces painfully as per my contract, and then I'd eat you.
Okay,
I
maybe.
got this
Okay.
unbowed one time,
So
this
if we
is
get
something.
this wrong, though, just this one wrong, you're not gonna eat us immediately. Yes.
Nope.
So, is it right?
Is that your final
Or are
answer?
we?
No, I think
Yeah.
it's still. Oh, okay.
I don't think it's a good
Oh,
idea.
doesn't sound
but
like a
I
consensus
suppose-
to me.
Wait, man, I'm 2 for 2. Trust me. Don't you trust me?
I mean, yeah, guys, he's like the beating heart of you guys. Remember, he's the heart and soul. You guys trust him, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
we
I'm
have
the
a
heart
little-
and soul.
We have a little thing called democracy, and we all kind of come to collective consensus. It's one of those things.
Democracy.
I take it you can't give us another hint.
Nope, already gave you one.
Yes, that is fair.
Anymore would just kind of be giving it away, and as much as I'd like to do that, that would kind of be in violation of the whole thing. Remember, I can't think about it too hard.
That's true.
Not that I think too hard anyway.
This sucks because I feel like if the answer was given to us, we'd be like, "Oh, that's so obvious."
Mm.
I'm assuming.
Man, look at you guys.
Oh,
and
to
your
hell's
brains
with it.
chugging.
Fine.
That's
Just
turkey.
say a key of me.
Is that your final answer,
Oh.
Miss Sleepy Time over there?
Siren's her name.
Siren. Is that your final answer, Siren?
Well, does anyone have a better answer?
I
I
don't
can't
have-
think of anything. I'm kind of
Yeah.
short on answers myself.
And I guess
Mm,
so.
Well, all right then. It was monkey, correct?
Turkey.
I think
Turkey,
is that-
right?
Yeah.
Damn.
That is correct.
But
Ah,
I
shit.
also would have accepted monkey or
Oh.
donkey.
oh,
Oh,
it's right the first time. I'm a
We did it.
fucking genius.
Huh.
big brain. Big
Big
brain.
brain.
I was wrong. We'll sit down now.
All right, just don't eat those
Just
apples.
just a couple more, and then you guys are free to go on through, and I'll be over here, sad, slumped over in the corner like a dead
No,
meatball.
we're not leaving you forever. You don't have to be
Yeah.
so.
Shh.
Yes, you'll be free. You can accompany us outside.
You see his head kind of cant as if he's trying to wink, but he looks like he doesn't have eyelids. So he's just kind of like very cumbersomely nodding his head in your guys' direction, as if in conspiracy. Yeah, you guys will defeat me soundly, and I'll be in the corner defeated.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh,
of
I
course.
see. Yes. We'll beat you up with old fisticuffs. Yes. Anyway.
Mental fisticuffs and
Yes,
Mental
yes, this
physical,
battle of
yeah.
wits, in which I will be soundly beaten into a pulp. Fourth question. There's some people riding on a cart. One is 24. One is a 26-year-old woman. She's pregnant. One is a 30-year-old police. One is a 30-year-old guardman. One is a 52-year-old woman. And the cart driver is in his 70s. Who is the youngest person on the cart?
the
Baby.
baby.
Hey, very nice. One more. Final one.
Well, that was easy.
Shut up.
Then he gets us like a huge philosophical question. He gives us the trolley problem.
No,
Yeah,
it's
the
like
trolley
a
is doing it with the trolley problem.
that technically doesn't have an answer to it, but he gives us like some kind of like physics, like if a bird is flying at
What is the
miles-
average flying speed of an unladen swallow? No.
Don't do that.
African
Don't
or
do that.
European?
An average flying speed of an unladen swallow is somewhere around 72 miles per hour.
He looms
Depends
closer
on
to
the
the
type of swallow.
fire. You swear the fire seems to dim as he approaches. I am the lord of all these lands. I am that which rivened the ground, drove out the trespassers, brought the fatal snow. I am the terror of all who trespass. What am I?
I'm half
That's a pretty
tempted
good-
to say. I'm half tempted to say it's him, but it's not clearly.
It might be death.
I was gonna say winter.
I
Could be.
was going to say. Hmm. Perhaps it's my paranoia, but I blame quite literally everything on the White Gods at this point. It could be them if that's their, that's its master.
When you say this riddle, do you mean literally? Like literally your master?
Literally.
Then it actually might be the White God or winter because they, they are about winter.
What was that
True.
name of the being that was at war with all the nations?
The
Hikari.
empty.
The empty?
Yes. Yes, but wasn't there a name? Wasn't there a name given?
No, there was not a name given. I don't
I
believe.
What
Wait,
if
no,
when they
it
had a
started with
term?
G. It was not Greshik or Greylick, or it's
No,
Yeah.
not that. That's the name of the empire. But there was like a certain thing given to like when Kari was talking with the Spectre. There was like a name given.
Oh, I think I wrote it down. Wait, hold on.
Was it written down in the chat though?
Nope, I didn't.
Doesn't seem like it.
Was there though? Were we given like a specific individual's name?
No, it wasn't an individual. It was more like an entity. I could have sworn an entity name was brought up that was used to refer to like the thing that they unified against.
Out of character, it was mentioned in passing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, I'm stumped too.
I didn't write it down. I was
Yeah,
burnt
you
out
need
for
to
a couple
you need
weeks.
to ask yourself, what is it a name that this creature would know?
It's true.
I mean, wouldn't the answer still just be his master? Do we need to say his name or do we not?
I feel like
We
this is like a really finally like a really simple answer, and we're just like overthinking it all.
Completely plausible, and in fact, most likely.
It might just be the empty.
No, because they're not the bringers of winter.
Then the white gods.
But do they call themselves the White Gods?
I
Is
Or do
that
they
the
just
wolves.
refer to them as
your
such?
final answer?
No, we're still discussing it.
I'm waiting
How long do we have?
forever.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Hilary, do you remember anything from those conversations? Ooh, spooky ghost sibling.
Oh, trying to get the GM to give you more hints.
I'm tempted to ask for a hint, but I don't know.
I take it we're not allowed hints this go around.
I mean, I've already given you one. If you ask Polari, he says, that conversation went on for a bit, and I'm gonna admit I wasn't paying attention for all of it.
To be expected.
Well, they did mention the Vespacha, which are the dragons.
I mentioned the name for the dragons, the giants, and for those old elves. Mention the empty.
There was the Midnight Sun event, or I think it was it actually called that in game? I believe it was called
Yes.
the Midnight Sun.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, good.
It's referred to as
Pharaoh
many
would have
things.
taken notes.
It's been referred to as the Night of the Midnight Sun. It's been called the War of the Midnight Sun. It's been called all kinds of things.
Okay.
If it drove out to these things. That brings into some.
Why is this
That
tentacle down
brings
there?
in more questions.
Did we answer wrong? Why are all the tentacles out?
No, we haven't even answered yet. We're still working it out.
Okay.
It's called building tension.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gua. Did trying to think sounds.
Perhaps the empty was the right answer. Though it would be strange, but if the white gods are the empty, I guess it would be one and the same. Do they have multiple names?
They have many names.
Hmm.
Any of them will suffice.
Just
Even
kinda
if we get this wrong, this could be very important to get wrong.
do
If we
want
get this wrong once, are you gonna eat us?
You have 2 more chances.
Okay.
Well then, I believe I have a plan. Then Press will at least help narrow down our sources. If we answer your riddle and we get it right, will you allow us to ask other answers that may have been correct?
I am always happy to answer questions for friends.
Ah, you are very kind. Do you serve the empty then?
Well, he also said he doesn't remember.
Yes, but clearly he's lying. Well, he might not be lying. He might just be back into some form of sanity.
I think he's in a moment of clarity right now.
He's all over the place. Flick just kind of leans over to Karya and whispers, should we just use the white gold's answer?
Well, the thing is, if the white gods is correct, that's good. But if it is the empty, and that is
And
correct,
serve no
we-
being known as the empty.
oh well, that one's wrong.
Alright, that solves that.
Well, this is good.
Well, he's also asking what caused it, not necessarily like what he serves, I'd say. Unless I missed out on a key detail.
I mean, this is the catacombs. Before this was the snail. Before this was an encounter with a bunch of undead who had died presumably because of some kind of conflict involving betrayal, in which they were angry that they were betrayed by, and again I can't remember the name, but I know it started with a G. The
Galvin, I think you're thinking of Galvin.
Galvin.
That's-
You're
Galvin.
thinking of the Galvin Empire, but I don't believe that they serve the Galvin Empire because this must be a relatively new addition. And if it's a relatively new addition, and we suspect that the White Gods were already here, and we've been followed this entire way by White God like dire wolves, there's probably a good chance that that could be the answer.
Yeah, he's
Is
the hope then.
that your final answer?
Hmm. I have no other options, do you?
I can't
Well,
think of anything.
We just need to make sure one of them is it.
Actually, he did say that they brought the cold, yes? His masters brought the cold. He mentioned it when he walked in, or rather earlier.
Yes, he did.
I would be willing to go out on a limb and assume that this may be correct.
Mhm.
Do you serve the beings known as the White Gods? You may eat me first if I'm wrong. It would be my fault.
The white goat. The white goats.
One
Okay.
tendril snakes around the bonfire, contracts, and snuffs it out.
Hmm.
Well, White Gods is wrong.
Well, if we were actually that leads into some interesting theories. Then, if it was wrong, because if it was, then who brought the winter in the first place? If we've been going against them.
Correct.
Oh,
Oh,
wonderful!
Oh boy, I'm glad you guys got that right. It would have sucked if I had to like rip you to pieces and eat you. I cannot tell you how starved for good company I am. Never lacking for food, but always for good company.
Bloody hell, we're about to swallow britches because of that.
Actually, wait,
Well-
you said you had company.
Yeah, never
Well, thank
good
you for
company.
Well, no, of course, but I thought that these lands were rather scarce in people traveling.
I mean, yeah, that's why I don't really get them very often. I get them like however many forevers it takes for people to come, but every now and again they would wander in. Like I said, I'd eat them when they get here.
Oh, very good. So the white gods are not
Also-
the empty then. Oh, good to know.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know much about the empty. As far as I remember, that came way before my time. But yeah, no, as I remember it, they fought the empty.
Excuse me?
The white gods fought the empty.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if, I don't know much about the empty, but the empty was like consuming all life and everything. They're, I assume, alive, so they probably didn't want to get eaten by it. Most things don't want to get eaten.
Well, now this thickens the plot quite considerably.
Well, also, if you served the white gods, but then earlier you said you didn't remember who your masters were, so
I mean, I
how were
didn't.
you able to remember them? But
So
you remembered them just now.
I guess, yeah. He kind of takes one rubbery tentacle and knocks it against his noggin and says, little scattered up here every now and again, but it's something about being back in front of these doors kind of brings me back a little bit sometimes.
So I'll be right back.
But yeah, with that, my defeat is decided. No, as he kind of like jumbles and wobbles and wibbles back and forth across the ceiling, and then kind of haphazardly tosses himself over here in a collapsed pile. I am defeated. It drapes one tentacle over his eyes. Very dramatically, a big tongue comes up out over his sharp teeth. Just bleh.
You're muted.
Shun over, pull out his sword, and then hoist it in the air and just kind of shout, "He is defeated! We have done it! Huzzah!"
I'm gonna lightly, like, kind of like, not like painfully or anything, just kind of jab him, like, whoa, yeah, take that, whoa.
Like under the breath, because the thing doesn't have lips, but underneath it you can just see its mouth moving. Just a very quiet.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Ugh. Well, no. And then Kari will lean in and go, "We'll be back for you, friend."
A little one of his tendrils shifts a little bit. One of the end of it kind of comes up and comprehend languages actually comes in clutch one last time. It's meant to represent a thumbs up.
Oh, nice.
Do you really
Alright.
not remember your name?
He's unconscious, Siren.
Oh
We'll have
yes,
to
how
give him a
silly of
name.
me.
Indeed. Well, with that in mind, it appears as though we have triumphed. The white gods have failed, and as our new champions, we must claim our prize. Time to open the door.
Gonna pat him on the head and then leave and then I'll go through the door.
Ba-ba-ba.
Friend.
As you approach the metal gates, it is. Well, they're heavy. They're dark. They loom. There's no better word for it. They're imposing, and they reach several heads above you. Even you, Karya. They stretch towards the ceiling, and they must truly be heavy. On closer inspection, they're also somewhat warped. They're darkened, as if they've been stained over the course of time, reflecting the rock around them, the brickwork, the incongruous transfer from rough-hewn stonework to finely laid brickwork is strange. It's a testament to what was originally here and how it was defaced and turned into what it is now. Signs show that the room you are now in was perhaps an antechamber to whatever leads into here. It was expanded and changed and malformed. This is perhaps some of the last evidence of what was originally and truly here, down here in the crypt, before whoever came down here changed things. But even the change is visible on the metal. It is sloped and warped in places, and you see visible veins of blackness that have seeped and crawled across the metal, staining it. What would you like to do?
I
I
guess
guess we'll turn back to the others. Shall we?
yes. Well, make sure it's safe first, though.
Yes. Suppose the traps wouldn't end here, but then again, maybe it has if these white guys have taken everything. At least everything of note. Where do you smell anything, at the very least? Anything more like that?
Let's have Fire take a sniff.
Do perception. Actually, even though right now he's probably not going to be able to get anything because he's right next to that thing.
Perception works.
But hey, yeah, perception works. So hey, we'll give it a shot. Perception plus 7. Vair is just great at
He's
some
great.
things. He just crit all the fucking time.
Mhm.
Karya, however, that would be a nat 20 though. 27 total.
That's weird.
Mhm.
It's not completely unfamiliar, but it's so strange.
What do you smell?
You remember when we were in the basement of Lydia's tower?
Yes.
It smells kind of like that.
Then that smell of just magic and
Darkness.
sulfur. Darkness, right. How
Well, wait.
nice.
I don't know what
Isn't the
darkness is supposed to
basement
smell
where-
like, but I think that's it.
Darkness like our darkness?
No.
Well, that's reassuring at the very least. Well, Mallory, turn your halo on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mallory reaches up, pulls a little cord on his halo.
I was muted this entire time.
Yeah, it's a shame. What were you saying?
No, nothing. No. I said a lot of things and I forgot because I thought people could hear me.
Unfortunate.
Anyway.
Well, after you said.
Oh, I did just ask, well, what was in that basement? None of us did just ask, well.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, kind of most wouldn't have known.
Isn't it that where Vark was summoned, like specifically in the basement?
Yes,
Or
he
there was
was.
a-
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, and it's also where there was a
You
I
rip
believe a
into the plane of
construct?
shadow. Oh, that was also that construct, yes.
Yeah, who answered a bunch of questions.
You still have his heart, brain thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Excuse me, though, rip in the plane of what? Excuse-
Of
Yeah,
shadows.
Bayer turns around and says, yeah, there was apparently a rip into the plane of shadow where Vark was summoned.
Vark's not from the Penterial. Actually, no, that explains a lot of things, actually.
No, he is a shadow man. Did you think that was paint? I also thought it was paint for some time.
No, I didn't think it was paint. I just didn't. I couldn't get a read on where he might have been from, but
That's bad.
This is one of the points where I feel really bad that Vera isn't here.
Yeah.
want to take a little break and maybe he would hope to God might show up.
We take a bio break for 5 minutes to try and hopefully see if he arrives.
Yeah, that's a way of putting it.
We could do a quick bio break. We could see if we can prod him awake. Then again, it'd be a bit cruel to wake him up and then immediately thrust him into a heavy roleplay scene.
That's true. Wake up, Vera. It's time to act.
Yeah.
Wake up, Chuckle.
Wake the fuck up, samurai.
Decisions. Is Vera awake?
I'm waking up.
Vera, you dirty dog. No. In all honesty, if he's not here, it's probably because he's not feeling up to it.
What is Vera doing?
Apparently, according to Ari, Vera's been talking to her in DMs.
Oh.
Well.
How scandalous.
Scandalous indeed.
Huh.
I could be like very I could be very childish about this and go, oh, how dare he not be here? Oh, how dare he? But I know Vera well enough to know that if he's not here actively, it's usually for a good reason. It's not because he just doesn't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
So either he is too tired and he doesn't feel confident, or he's ill, or he's just not feeling it today. I wish he told me as much, if that was the case. But I'm very familiar with having too few spoons to be able to properly communicate with people. I would be a hypocrite if I said otherwise.
By the way, I got a random Lilo and Stitch ad for your stream, and I thought it was actually part of the streamers. I was like, wait, what? You got a sponsorship? What?
You got a sponsor from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, good. I mean, if he's awake and you poke him, at least maybe find out why he's not feeling up the session today. That I would would be the minimum I'd ask, really.
Yeah. I mean, we knew that he was in chat. No, we had seen that earlier. So at the very least, he may know what's going on. At the very least.
I mean, I sent him a PM. He didn't reply. So, yeah, I just assume in that case, if he's not up for replying, that's usually because he's not up for game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Hmm. Hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, poor
Yeah.
dude.
So, about the airline food.
So
What's up
available?
with
What's the deal with
that?
airline
What's
food?
up with that?
wait, even with Mallory's halo on, is it lighting anything up on the inside, or does it?
Well, the
not
door isn't open
help?
yet.
Ah,
Wait, Ari, they did?
Shit.
Okay, I'm mad now.
Yeah, they removed Gone too. Unfortunately,
That-
they also changed the ending.
Yeah, Lilo got taken in by Child Protective Services.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, no.
What fucking ending is that?
Nani hands Leo over to CPS.
What the
What?
fuck?
Sorry for the great spoiler. I know everybody was going to go
Disney?
watch that.
What the hell?
What a fucking ending! What?
That movie was
Ohana means family my ass. What the fuck? You just ditched your
This
CPS.
this is worse than them removing Mushu.
oh, I
Oh,
forgot they
yeah.
removed Mushu.
They removed
Oh.
Mushu from Mulan?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
the
yeah,
live
they
yeah.
did.
action one. That was a long
We-
time ago, though.
we-
The live
we-
action one was a while ago.
We in the industry like to call this heresy.
Yeah.
no.
That's crazy. They're like, well,
Hey.
Lilo, I can't.
Nobody
Ohana
gets left
means family,
behind
but I
unless
can't
you're
afford it.
Lilo, I guess.
Good lord!
Oh
what a
my
what a kind of like the, or I guess I don't know if it'd be kind of depending on like people's views, but it's sort of a downer ending.
Not even so they were so funny with the, well, it wasn't Disney, but fucking with the fucking Dora the Explorer movie. She just had schizophrenia and would
Oh
like
yeah,
talk
like
to
she
the
talks
camera.
to the
Oh,
camera at
yeah,
one point, and
yeah.
her dad is like, "Who are you talking to?"
And
What the hell's
then
wrong with you?
Boots is the voice of Danny Trejo.
I actually never
Oh,
watched the Dora movie. I heard it was actually somewhat good.
Yeah. Apparently it
Fucking-
is.
Oh, Boots is going like, "Hey, cabron, if you do any crime, I'm gonna slit you open."
Hey, cabron.
Oh my
Well,
god!
I think it's like a brief. I think it's like a brief-ish scene where Boots talks, and it's the voice of Danny Trejo, but it's so funny.
Awful.
I'm just having whiplash from figuring out that they did that with fucking Lilo and Stitch. What
Yep.
the fuck?
Terrible.
Good lord!
Absolutely
Lilo.
terrible.
Can't take care of you.
How are you? Okay, here's the thing. How are you gonna explain that to kids? How are you gonna-
Yeah. What's the message here?
On one hand,
If you guys are
On one hand,
poor,
being able
go
to- you know,
CPS.
on one hand, if the family situation is bad enough and Nani really can't take care of Lilo properly, then in some cases, yeah, no, even as not a great option, CPS can be a better option than leaving them in the family
Yeah,
situation.
yes,
But Nani takes good
Yeah.
care of Lilo.
Yeah.
The
She's
whole
like
thing.
she
Is it-
like the whole thing is that Lilo has all these quirks and she's not a perfect kid. She has all these terrible tantrum moments. She's weird. She refuses to get along with it. She bites other children. And Nani is one of the few people that understands Lilo and gets her and doesn't shut her down constantly.
Yeah, just like looking at it from like just like people making the movie in general. How do you why put that in a kids movie? Like, what's the point? This is
hell is
Clearly,
this?
because clearly it was not made for children.
like regardless if Nani's a good like mother guardian
Sister.
figure. Yeah, sister. Yeah, no, I know it's her sister. I was just trying to think of the term like
Oh, guardian,
what
yeah.
she guardian. Yeah, guardian. But regardless of that, it's a fucking kids movie. You're not supposed to throw shit at them like that. Like, oh my god.
Hey
Yeah.
kids, remember, if
What
you
a
can't be
side
taken
tangent.
care of, you can get
I watched
taken away
Lilo
by
and Stitch when
CPS.
I watched Lilo and Stitch when I was like 3 years old. What?
Oh.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah. I
Try to
guess
imagine
if
explaining
Veritas-
CPS to a 3-year-old Pebby.
Yeah, explaining like,
Remember,
okay,
if
little
I
Timmy.
hit hard, the government will take you.
Yeah, if I don't work hard enough, the government will take you away and put you with bad people. You don't want to be put with bad people now, do you, little Timmy?
Okay. Anyways, so I guess if Vera hasn't got back to us, do we just go on?
Go on.
I'm just thinking about this now. This completely derailed everything in my mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Apologies for the tone of whiplash there, ladies and gentlemen, and folks.
Ladies
That was a
and
very loud
gentlemen,
Jake all of
folks
a
at
sudden.
home.
Sorry about that. My headphone was being funny again.
My apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Let's see.
Oh.
Decisions. Continue now. Or maybe put a pin in it and resume this later.
I would say if you think this would be something Vark would be keenly interested in, maybe we could just stop.
Oh, without a question. We have gone for a couple hours now. I'm kind of tempted to make it a short session today.
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
We'll go ahead and we can
I
go
would
ahead
feel
and do
very,
that, yeah.
very bad if Vera were to miss out on this bit.
Yeah.
Make a big cliffhanger.
I guess so. So after getting to meet Meatball and speaking to him and soundly defeating him in a battle of wits, that is what we'll end off for today.
Nice.
Sorry, there wasn't a climactic ending like I was hoping for, but it is how it is.
Oh,
We
it's
can have
all
a
good.
climactic. We can have a climactic beginning to next session.
That's very true.
Precisely.
But yeah, I hope you guys liked Meatball. He was meant to be as insane and as disconcerting as physically possible.
He is very meaty
Oh.
and also very ball.
Was I was I the only one who was afraid we were gonna get into a boss fight with them?
I
Oh,
mean,
that was-
yeah, we
that
were
was
most likely probably going to.
That was distinctly a possibility.
Yeah,
I'm still
we
kind of shook that monkey was actually the correct answer to that riddle.
I was tempted to use monkey too. It was
The best
very
riddles
tempting.
are the ones where you just shouldn't overthink it.
Yeah, and I think that's a majority.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it is. I wonder if the solution to this is a Titanomachy.
What?
Titanomachy.
The
downfall.
one.
You know,
I mean-
generally speaking, riddles are riddles aim to try and trip you up like that. They get you overthinking and thinking of over complex solutions. The best ones are the ones that most good riddles. Their answer is simple and usually your first guess. So
That
yes,
is my favorite color.
it is my favorite color, pink now. So yes, guys, thank you guys very much for being here. We've been absent for at least 2-3 weeks now, so it's good to get rolling again, even if it was short. And hopefully we can pick this up back with full swing, especially before Pebby has to get going for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna be missing Pebby for 3 months, and then we're gonna be missing Lynn for 2 weeks. It's just gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get into a position in the game where that's not going to get in the way. Hopefully, if we get as far as I'm hoping to within the next couple of sessions, we will be in a good spot. Because this last chamber is the end of the dungeon.
Oh, good.
You had me for about 2 more weeks.
Okay, let's make those matter. Let's make them let's make the most of those. All right. Thank you everybody who turned out, everybody who stayed, those who didn't, those who watched. I'm very sorry to cut things short, but that's just how it works out sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, later, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Mm.
Like.